Good evening. Let's go to today's market. Nifty ended up in the positive 11,713.20, 44.05 points in the positive, 0.38% in the positive. Opened around 11,711.55, which is well above the previous closing, and the low is around 11,655.85, high is around 11,729.35. Let's go to my prediction review. In my prediction, I have given in the key range, which is around positive average, that is the bullish trend. So today the market high is around on the R1 itself, which is around 11,729, so which is not broken that 11,732, and if it is not breaking those level, it will come down. I told. And one more key point is that today opening is in the average, or if we take the average from the resistance level 3, these two levels in between, if you take average, it gives 11,711.68, which is today's market opened well below this particular level. That is the reason market has given up its point straight away from the opening itself. Today's open and high is same on the opening, and it has kept a low of somewhere around 11,655, which is nothing but support level 1 and the previous closing, which exactly today's low 11,655. It has kept that low, and after that it has reached one side towards the positive side and closed in the range of 11,713, which is nothing but if you take the average of those sub resistance level 1, which gives 11,714, and if we omit those 50s and 20s, we only take those 40s and 30s, which gives exactly today's closing of Nifty 11,713.4. Let's go to Wednesday's prediction. Wednesday prediction shows 4:2 on the ratio, which indicates positive sign, and average indicating positive 2:0, weightage indicating positive 3.36 versus 0.35%, but we still not able to find the absolute frequency, because today once again it has closed in the in between 2 to 3 ranges of frequency, so which means still we need to find out. So it is a still question mark on the absolute frequency. So what we need to watch out is all three indications are showing positive. So right now we are need to watch out how Wednesday opening is going to support this positive. If the opening is on the positive itself, then it may lead the market towards to the positive side. But if the opening is not supporting these data, if the opening is on the negative side, then we need to play very cautiously. Let's the percentage, which shows around 76.78% chances to end up in the positive, 23.22% chances to end up in the negative side. But still, if the opening is not supporting, it may end up in the negative, with even though the less percentage are there. And the range, which shows in the flat negative itself, shows around 53 points, which means it is indicating that positive have strong control on Wednesday, and 92 points shows that average around to close. And these are all the support and resistance levels. We have only support level 2 and support level 2 support levels I have found with the multiples of this support level 2 by multiplied by 2 and multiplied by 3 and multiplied by 4. Why? Because the ranges are very less, we don't have next support level, so we need to found that support level with the help of, you can check with the multiplied by 2 with this particular range, and multiplied by 3 and multiplied by 4. So with the help of support level 2, I have found that support levels, next support level, we can get any levels like that if we don't have too much of support levels or too much of resistance levels. So it is need to be played very safely. Why? Because if anything opens below this particular support level 2, if the market is opens well below 42 points like that, then it may lead the market towards to any extent, even it may go to 200 points as well. For example, it is for 40 and 80 and 120 160, so it may go towards to 200 or maybe 240, something like that, multiples of support level 2. So that is the reason, if anything opens well below this support level to better avoid trading, because we may not know where it is going to get support and recover from that level. On the other hand, if anything opens well above that support level 2 in between or previous closing in the negative side, then we can go for a stop loss somewhere in the range of 11,671 with 5 to 10 points as a stop loss, or maybe this level of negative average 11,679 or maybe 11,687. Those three ranges we can take 5 to 10 points as a stop loss and go for a buy. On the other hand, if the market is opens well above this R1, which is the first bullish trend, we don't have any bearish trend, that we need to watch out. We don't have any bearish trend, but we have three bullish trends, which means market is opening well above that 9 points, and it is going to indicate us bullish having some control. So we can keep a stop loss somewhere in the support level 1 itself, or maybe in the previous closing. Support level 1 is the safest way to play with the stop loss, but still it is 26 points is there. So yeah, we may get 30 points as a stop loss, or maybe someone who wants to play safe, they can stay keep a stop loss somewhere in the previous closing itself and go for a buy. If the market is opens well above that resistance level 1, we have a good chance to reach in the average or overall average somewhere around 11,781 or maybe 11,800 mark range, which means it is going to be a all-time high once again, which is going to indicate us the market is in the strong bullish trend. And at the same time, if the market is reaching these two levels of resistance level 2, which means stronger in that particular area, breaking those level are not going to be easy. Even if it is keeping that high, it may have a chance to fall down after 11,800 mark range, around 11,800 or maybe 11,812 or maybe 11,816. Those two ranges having a chance to reach and come down towards to some level. It may not come to down towards to the negative side, it may come down to even flat positive. If it is breaking very fast, if it is coming down too much fast, it may go down to any extent of the negative as well. So we need to play very cautiously. It is not going to be that much easy to play on this particular Wednesday. And if it is breaking on the resistance level 2 and going towards to the positive average, or maybe it may go towards to those two average, which is somewhere around 11,830s, which is 840, it shows around 11,840s, then it is going to be a clear bullish trend. It may not come down towards to the negative side, it may stay in the positive itself. So we need to watch out that resistance level 2 if it is breaking on Wednesday. Why? Because it is showing very clearly it is going to be reach all-time high if it is breaking those key levels of overall average, because the all-time high, previous all-time high is around 11,760.20. So if that level 11,760.20, if it is breaking, then it is going to reach some level. But at the same time, if anyone go for a short, they need to keep this particular level as a stop loss, which means around 11,756 or maybe 11,761, they need to keep as a stop loss and go for a short. Why? Because if it is breaking that all-time high, then it will take the market towards to any extent. So whoever go for a short, they must have to keep this particular level as a stop loss. Why? Because it is the safest way to play. So they need to keep this particular average around resistance level 1 and overall average, they need to keep that level 11,751, 5 to 10 points as a stop loss and go for a short. That is the safest way to play, and it is very tough to trade. Why? Because all we need to see is the opening. Why? Because all three ranges are showing in the positive, but the opening is supporting the positive, then it may lead a good market towards to the positives, and it may be all-time high on Wednesday. There is a high chances to happen, but all depends on the opening. If the opening is on the positive side, then we may see a all-time high on Wednesday. Let's see how the market is going to give us on Wednesday. Thank you.